Hi, welcome to ITY Solutions. Today we will talk about installation of Prometheus in Grafana. Without any delay, let's start. So first of all, we will launch an instance for Prometheus. So we will choose Ubuntu as an operating system. You can use as per your requirement. I will choose Ubuntu 18. Directly you can move to the next review and launch. Just come one step back and select existing. Okay, so in this security group I have opened all traffic. Okay, so I will prefer for you, if you are doing it for study purpose, please open it. If you are doing it for official purpose, don't. Instead of these all traffic, you can mention the port we are going to use. For example, in this tutorial we're gonna need three ports. First one is 9090, that is for Prometheus. Second one is 9100, that is for node exporter, and last one is 3000, that is for Grafana. So I will suggest please open one by one. Then next review and launch. Launch and select the key pair yes and acknowledge. Okay, so it will take around 60 seconds to get initialized and instant state as are running. Meanwhile we can go through our this document. So if you see here, I have explained like this is all traffic is open and all. So if open 9090 if you are doing any official task. So we can start from here. I have used opt directory to keep all the tar files, and I will extract those files in it and start the service. I will explain one by one. So first of all we will install Prometheus, and then node exporter, and then Grafana. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of theoretical part. Prometheus will gather data. That's it. It's you can check that data by running some queries, and then it's not gathering complete data. So for example, it can gather data related to Prometheus only, like how many success requests and all this kind of stuff. If you want to monitor something, for example CPU, disk, memory, etc., then you have to use another plugin, and its name is Node Exporter. Okay, so now node exporter will bring some data, and Prometheus will get it, and now Prometheus will act as a data source. Okay, and now what Grafana will do, Grafana will use that data uh, which is stored in Prometheus, and will show it on a dashboard. So this is the theoretical part. So let's try to log in this server. So what I will do, I'll copy its public IP. Okay, this is the public IP. Just directly hit. It won't give you anything because nothing is installed here. Okay, so I will change this IP address. Okay, and just click on save and open. First time, if you are login, it will ask you for yes and no. So that's it. Now what we can do, we can go to opt directory. Okay, and simply just follow this document. Okay, and now we have to download the Prometheus star file. So just let's proceed. If you are downloading it, means I'm creating this video in November 21. So if you are watching this video after that, then I will suggest please go to the Prometheus website, and instead of this v2.31.1, you can go for the latest version. Fine. So now you can list out, and we can extract this. So sudo tar hyphen x zdf and this file name. So this command also you can get it here, this one. Okay, and now what we can do, we can go inside this folder ls-ldr. You're gonna see there is a Prometheus file and a Prometheus configuration file. So this we will use for editing purpose on do configuration, and this will we will use for starting the service of Prometheus. So if you can see here, by just this dot slash and this you can execute it, but yeah, it would be executed, but let me show you one thing. So if you go here, and we know if we have started it without mentioning any port, then it will use 9090. So yeah, you can see this Prometheus UI is up, but the problem with that command was you cannot do anything on this server. For example, if you go out of this screen, then your service will stop. Okay, so for that, what we have to do, we have to run that in service in the background. To run that service in the background, you can just use this ampersand at the end of that. Okay, so yeah, just press enter. If you want to see logs, you can see using the tail command. Okay, now let's just verify it if it has started or not. Okay, so yes, it is started. Now what I will do, for example, after every configuration change, for example, uh, prometheus.ym. Suppose this is a configuration file. Uh, I have already talked about this scrape interval evaluation interval in my previous video, so that was all theoretical part. So you can just click on above I button and go through that. Fine. So what I will do, I will just change this 15 to uh, 20, or you can say that, yeah, let's do it 20. What is scrap interval? Let me explain you. After how many seconds Prometheus will again go and pull the data. That's it, the time. Okay, so I will save this. Oh, we have to open this using sudo command. Let me just do it again. And yeah, 20 seconds and save. Fine. So now you have made a change in configuration file. So what you have to do, you have to kill this Prometheus and start it again. So for that, ps I can just get the PID of Prometheus and kill it. So I'll just showing you a manual process like this. Will first get this PID, put this PID here, and then kill, and it will not allow. You have to use sudo, and that's it. And now again what you have to do, you have to restart. Okay, so restart this. Fine. So every time you will do, you have to restart. So what I will suggest, just create a script. Okay, so I will put as restart.sh. Okay, and what you're gonna put in this file is this command, sudo kill hyphen 9 and two PIDs. So how it will get PIDs? It will get PIDs using this grep, and then it will print the second column, and after semicolon there is the second command. So till this command it will get two PIDs and will kill it. And the next is start this. Okay, so just paste this two commands in your script. Fine, that's it. Oh, I should open this with sudo. Let me do it again. Okay, that's fine. That's it. Give some executable permission to this. Chmod plus x and restart.sh. List out, and you can see there is another script. Okay, just run this, and it will kill and restart automatically. Fine. Now if you run this command, it will use the 9090 default port. Fine. If you want your application to run on some another port, for example you are working for an organization, so there they will avoid using any service on a default port. What you can do, you can use below command. So that is a, you can say that parameter we are using web.listen hyphen address, and then you can provide your port with the help of colon. Okay, so you can use this below command. This is very helpful. Fine. So for now what we can do, uh, yes, our Prometheus is running, that's it. So let's go through and see what is this Prometheus. Okay, so first of all, I'll go through with some matrices. Okay, so these are some matrices. So what, just avoid this hash is a comment. Other than those are the matrices which are gathering the data. So let's take an example of this uh, this one, Prometheus HTTP metric handler request total. So what is this? If you can see, this is 7, right? So if I just open this somewhere else, okay, so it will be increased. So if you can see, we'll refresh it and see it will be increased to 10. Now if you will ask why 10, from 7 it should be only 8 or something, right? But remember, uh, after every 20 seconds it will auto refresh and gather the data. So suppose I'm closing this. Okay, I'll refresh it. See, 12. So meanwhile 40 seconds were over and it were executed again. Fine. So now this is Prometheus matrices. So what you can do, you can copy this query and let's go back to Prometheus and we can use Prometheus home page to run some queries. Okay, so this is the query bar. You can run any query here. I think I have not copied that. Let me go back and copy it. So I have copied this query here. If you execute it, it will show you 16. So meanwhile, after every 20 seconds, it will automatically give a hit. Okay, because of that configuration we have done. Which configuration? You can see it here as well. If you go to status, configuration, open in a new tab, you're gonna see scrape interval is 20 seconds. Scrape interval 20 seconds. So after every 20 seconds, it will scrape the data. Fine. Now let's go back and see this query. Just click on graph, so it will show you like uh, we have just started now. So you can see the 5-minute graph. You can see the number of requests were coming. Fine. So like this. Now if you have a doubt like, okay, this is a monitoring tool, we are setting up a monitoring tool, then every time we will execute these queries and we'll say graph, it's not gonna work, right? So yes, you are correct. For that, what we are using Grafana. We will talk about it. For now, what we can see is these targets. Now, what is target? So this is we are gonna use it as a monitoring tool, right? So it should monitor some other servers. So that is targets. Fine. Okay. So now if I have already shown these matrices to you. Suppose I want to set up some alert related to disk, or you can say that free disk and all. So if you're gonna see, uh, there is not any matrices related to file system. So for that, what we have to do, we have to install a plugin which will monitor our servers. So that plugin is node exporter. Fine. Okay, if you proceed with the document, it's also easy. Like how to get public IP, I copied it from here. But if you don't have any cloud, and you can use this command to get the public IP and allow the open these ports in security group, and then take this your public IP and colon and open in the browser, which we have done. And yeah, so I have shown you till here. So now what we can do, we can install a node exporter. So what node exporter is doing, it's gathering the data, but it's related to CPU, disk, memory, and those things. So similarly, let's go to that opt directory and run this and download this star file. No issues, just click on a restart and it will be done. So cd opt list out, and yes, just press this and list out and extract it, xzf node exporter, and I need a sudo permission. So use sudo. If you follow this document, everywhere sudo is mentioned. Fine, so don't worry. This is done. You can move to this folder, list out, and yes, here you can start your node exporter. So similarly, sudo node exporter, run it in a background so that I'm using ampersand. And yes, that's it. So if you open this server and instead of 9090, your node exporter is running on 9100. If we go, we can see these many matrices this node exporter is using. Fine. Okay, so for example, we can take an example of another uh, file system I was talking, which was not mentioned in the Prometheus matrices, right? So you can say that just to get more matrices, we have installed this Prometheus. Oh, sorry, node exporter. Fine. So what we can do, node underscore file system underscore free. Okay, can you see this query, node underscore file system underscore device and mount point slash. Okay, so just take this query and I'll open it in a new tab. Okay, so here if we go and execute this query, it will not give any alert, or sorry, any result. I will execute it, it will say nothing. You know why? Because till now Prometheus is not aware of that we have installed a node export plugin. For that we have to inform Prometheus that we have installed it. So for that, what we have to do, we have to put its entry in this configuration file. Okay, so let's go to the server and edit. So Prometheus and list out vi prometheus.yaml. For now, we know we don't require these so many files to make it to keep it simple. Uh, to keep it simple, what I will do, I will remove these things and proceed. So let's delete this, and yes, this as well, and this as well. One more. Fine. So I'll remove these comments as well. Fine. So if you can see, it's coming as a job name is Prometheus and target is localhost. Fine. I'll show you on the UI. You can see here status. This page I'll show you again. Execute nothing. Okay. We'll execute it again and you can see the difference. Targets. So can you see targets and you have this localhost, and if you can see this, there is written Prometheus. So what is this Prometheus? This is written here as a job name. So what I will do, I will copy these three lines and then we can see. Okay, so job name, what I'm going to edit this job name as node exporter. Fine. And the port is 9100. Clear. I'm gonna save it. So now again what you have to do, you have to restart your Prometheus. So just use sudo restart script. That's it. Clear. So if you just refresh here, you can see one more job is there. So click on show more, and earlier it was Prometheus, now it is coming as a node exporter as well. Fine, it's running on 9090, it is running on 9100. Fine. So just refresh it and it is up now. Fine. And now if you execute this query, now Prometheus knows like what is this node file system free bytes. Now it will give you some result, and see it is saying 6 GB something is free. So we should verify, is it saying correct or wrong. So just check the disk. Yes, 6.3 GB something is free. So but we should also verify one more time. So you can fill some disk and check it again, either it's correct or not. So I will use command as f allocate and hyphen L and put any size. For example, I want to fill 2 GB of space and give name as ABC and use it this command. It's logging, and you're gonna execute it, and now this time it will be just minus 2 GB, somewhere around 4 GB something. But yes, it will take 20 seconds. That is the scrape interval. Fine. So we have to wait for 20 seconds and it will, yeah, that's done. You can see now 4 GB is remaining. Okay, so if I execute it again and ABCD and execute it again, but again it will be reflect in 20 seconds. Before that it won't respond. Why I'm, yeah, okay, so that's it. Why I was doing it for 2-3 times, just to show you the graph. So just put it in a 5-minute frame, and you can see at this particular time it was at 6 GB something, then 4 GB, and then 2 GB. Fine. So by this method you can check it's getting data correct or wrong. So till now what we did, we just monitored Prometheus only. So for this by this way it will just monitor CPU and disk of Prometheus only. So what we should do, we should create one more server and monitor that. So for that I have my server, this one, and it's running a website itboys.in. Okay, so we will monitor this server as well. So let's log into this server, and to monitor it we have to install uh, node exporter on it. Fine, so we will repeat the process of node exporter on this. So let's go to opt list out nothing, open this notepad and just download this. Fine, and extract and go to this folder. Okay, list out and start. So it will be started. Now this server will be started, but again how it will show here on this console, you can click on targets, you can refresh, you can do anything, but it will not appear here. What you have to do, again you have to edit Prometheus configuration file. Fine. So for now I am going to delete these ABC files. ABC start sudo. Fine. Now sudo vi prometheus.yml, and we're going to make one more entry. So okay, we have already a job node exporter, no need to create another job. What you can do, with comma separated and in double inverted commas you can mention it. So what's IP address of your server? That is 65. So copy this 65.240.33 and you have to give the port as well 9100. That's it. Save, restart the Prometheus. Every time you change anything you have to restart. That's why I have created script for Prometheus, means created restart script for Prometheus. Fine. If you go and refresh this, it will take 20 plus seconds to get it up. So the older one is still down. Just refresh. Within 20 seconds it will be up. So if you can see here, this we have just installed, right? And this was the Prometheus itself. Localhost is Prometheus. Okay. Yeah, this is also up. So hope till now it's clear. Okay, so the next part of this tutorial is Grafana. So what we are going to do, we'll install Grafana. So let's proceed. uh, cd opt. I will update this. The T is missing here. I will update it. Fine, you can follow this link. I will paste this link in the description box below. Fine. So let's go back. So I'm just for now I'll just show you one thing here as well. F allocate hyphen L 3 GB ABC file and with sudo. Fine. So earlier when we were executing, just let me just go to table. Now you can see it's fetching for two servers. Earlier it was fetching for one, but now it's fetching for two servers. Fine. So within 10-20 seconds it should be 4 GB something. Was that executed correctly or not? df-hp free space is 2.5 GB. Okay, let's try one more time. uh, this one is Prometheus and this one is not exporter. Let's execute it again. Okay, yeah, this one is yeah, I was checking wrong. So this one is our node where we have decreased it, and this one the server where we deleted those files. That's why it's again back to 6 GB. If you want to get double clarifications, so just f allocate hyphen L3G and abc file. That's it. Sudo. Okay, so now if you will execute, both will be somewhere around 2 to 3 GB. So every 20 seconds it will go and fetch the data. Give it a time. Yeah, you can see now 2 GB, 3 GB. Fine. If you can see the graph, now you will be able to see two lines. Okay. Okay, let's see the 5 minutes graph. Yes, this one was going there, then we deleted it and it come again and create it again and this blah blah blah. Fine. Okay, so now we can proceed with Grafana. So let me just delete this ABC file from both of the servers and sudo. Cool. Now what we can do, we can close this server where we are running our website. Yeah, so two websites are running on it. Fine. So I'll close it. That's it. Now we can proceed to installation of Grafana. So let's go to opt, follow this document and download this and extract and enter to this folder. download, finish, enter, list out. Now you can see. Fine. So this is Grafana. You can start Grafana with this command. Don't forget to use ampersand at the end, else you will come out of the terminal and the process will stop. So let it will take few seconds to get started. It started and it works on port 3000. Open at port 3000. Okay. So let's just you can copy this and use port 3000 now instead of 9090. So default credentials will be admin, that's also mentioned in the document. See, username is admin, password is admin, and you can change your password, it will ask. So I will use admin, admin and login. It will ask, it's asking me to change, but I'll skip for now. You can do it. Never. Okay, so now this now what is Grafana? Let's talk about Grafana. Grafana is a visualizing tool. It will visualize the data. Which data? The data it will receive from its data source. Now what is data source? Data source can be Prometheus, data source can be MySQL, data source can be few other sources. So initially what we have to do, first step is to add your data source. We'll click on it, add our data source. Here you can see these options you can use as a data source. It can be Prometheus, then you no need to install Prometheus, just install InfluxDB, or suppose you have some application which is pushing data to InfluxDB, then you can use InfluxDB here. So Grafana will show the data on dashboards. Fine, like this. So MySQL, PostgreSQL, a lot of things. So in this tutorial we are using Prometheus. Click on select and just give the IP address of Prometheus. Prometheus works on 9090. Cool. And then what you have to do is just save and test. Okay, yeah, dashboard updated, back. So if you can see data source, you have a data source which is Prometheus. The first step is completed. So if you just go to your home page, now what you can do, uh, you can create some graphs. Okay, so let me show you one more thing here. You can create a dashboard here. So you can create as well, you can import as well. Import is a easy method. So I'll show you if you go to this document, you can see there are some dashboard for node exporter. If you google it, you can find it easily. Grafana dashboards for node exporter. So these are some static IDs. You can also use it. It's not like it will change after a time or something. So just use 1860 and import a dashboard. Okay, just load this and select a data source. So I'm selecting a data source as Prometheus and import. Okay, so now if you have imagined or realized something, uh, from here we can read it. Data source default, that means Prometheus. Job is node exporter. Cool. And the host, if you can see, there are two hosts. We added two, right? We installed node exporter on two servers. First one was Prometheus, second one was our website. So if I click on Prometheus server, and we can see it's not consuming any RAM, just 33% of it. But if I go to my website server, it's consuming 88% of the RAM. You know why? Because it's it's there is two website working on it, running on it. Fine. So if you want to see how how Prometheus is creating these queries, so you can click on this, click on edit, and you can see the Prometheus query. Complete Prometheus query is written here, matrix, right? So if you just copy this query, go back to Prometheus, paste there, and again it will give you the same result. Fine. So just apply this dashboard. And by the way, you can import save dashboard, save. You can import more dashboards as well. So you can use 405, load, again select as a data source, Prometheus, import, and ready to go. So it's showing one by one, but the benefit of this dashboard is you can see multiple servers parallelly. Okay, cool. So you can add more servers and it will show all of them to you. Fine. So I can save this dashboard as well. And now let's go back to home. Okay, here what you can do, you can see you have some dashboards created. So let's see this one first. Okay, so now these dashboards are very useful. You can just click on these and change the host and check CPU usage, load, average of 5 minute, 15-minute RAM usage. Okay, and this if you want to see for another server, you can just make a switch here, and you have a lot of things to check. For example, CPU, if for now CPU is not too much using. Okay, so memory and a lot of matrices are here, storage, disk. Fine. So it will take few minutes to gather the data, but yeah, it's already collected. Fine. So this way you can go through each and everything, what's happening on your servers and all. So I think that's finished. And yes, so and the another dashboard is helpful when you want to see. It's for now for here, if you want to go in details for a particular server, then you can use this dashboard. This was the node exporter full. And if you want to see other servers as well parallelly, so for that what you can do, you can switch to uh, the different dashboard. And let me show you one more time this card. You can go back and switch to this dashboard, server metrics, and you can select all of it together. Okay, so now you will be able to compare it. Fine. So it will take some time and will gather all the data and show here. This dashboard is a bit slow, but if we talk about this one, this is working fine. So if you see, it will get all these things, right? So if you want to uh, see the data for some shorter time period, you can just use last 5 minutes, and it will, if you can see, the graphs will be changed and everything will be visible exactly. Earlier it was showing the data for 25 or 24 hours or something, right? So one core and these things. And if the for now, if you say just four graphs are visible, then no, you can just minimize it and open that next one, and you can see the memories stack as well. A lot of things are there. You can read this, like what is yellow, what is green, what is blue. Fine. Again, and hardware configurations, storage, file system. So which we were also monitoring, right? File system space available. So for green one is for root, and it's 6 GB is available, right? And yeah, so these are the basic things which you can go through in Prometheus, Grafana, and Node Exporter. For one thing I would like to show you, for example, if you ask, like, okay, we have monitored these things, disk, CPU, and machine related anything, you can monitor using Node Exporter. But if we want to monitor more, then what? Then you can use these plugins. So in this was Prometheus. Now what is Alert Manager? Alert Manager will send you emails whenever there is when you will set up a threshold. Fine. So I will come up with more videos on that as well. So for example, if you want to monitor something related to console, so you can install this and check which matrices you need, and you can create a dashboard for that on Grafana. So like Memcache, if you want to monitor Memcache, then again you can install it and create a dashboard on Grafana, you link it on a Prometheus configuration file and do it, and MySQL as well. So I just take an example of this node exporter. You can go and use any plugin which you have need. For example, you are doing it for MySQL exporter, this one. So if you're using Linux, as I was using Linux, so I just copy this link address, and you just need to change it in this command wget, so it will be downloaded. Then similarly you can extract that uh, tar file, go into that folder, and just see how you can start it. You can start it with some predefined service, or you can just manually start it with no hub. So that's it for this lecture. Hope you enjoyed this, and if it was good, then please subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. For now, that's it. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a good day.